All right, hello everyone. Welcome to yet another Athenian League cast. We are in the playoffs now. This is the first cast for the playoffs. In fact, I believe this was actually the first match of the playoffs. We're not live. We are watching, of course, a recorded game. And I want the music to be here because that's very important and it's not playing. So we will reopen the game. And we are watching a match between Joeybadz, who is here in the blue. And then over on the right side of the map will be Arturello in the red, playing as Aranos versus Set. We are in the heroic tier. There are 4 tiers of skill tiers, as you would say. In the Athenian League, you start with the God tier, which is top, to mythic, to heroic, to classical. We are in heroic, so the 3rd tier. These players are both around 14 to 1500-ish. It's about their skill levels. So all these matches should be fairly close. Joeybadz got 2nd place in his division with a 7-5 record. Arturello got 3rd place in his division with a 6-6 record. And that's kind of the tail of the tape, really. Joeybadz is a big Egyptian player. He only played Egyptians through the group stage. Ra, Isis, Set being his main god. And then Arturello played really just a pretty wide mix of gods. So I really don't know what his main god is, if he really has a main god. The first map of the series will always be on the unknown in the playoffs. So we've got what looks like to be a pretty standard land map with just a lot of cows, though. So pretty standard as far as gameplay. Looks pretty wide open. You just kind of have these few cliffs scattered around the map. Not very big cliffs, though. Otherwise, it's pretty wide open. Really nice back gold mine for Arturello. Joeybadz is not scouted the back. He too has a very nice gold mine back there. So looks like the map is pretty fair. We've got some pretty aggressive forward town centers. Kind of right in a line right down the middle of the map. And then your 3rd town center, or 2nd, I guess is your closer one, is off to the side. Doesn't really protect a whole lot, though. Does kind of proxy protect the gold mine down here. So certainly, if you were to like grab this town center, you would get a pretty safe gold mine for each player. My prediction. So I like Joeybadz here. Joeybadz has played in every Athenian League, so he's got quite the practice here. He placed 2nd overall in his tier last season. Bumped up the tier. Yes, there are a lot of berries as well. A lot of food in the base here. My thought is Joeybadz will win. I'm going to give him a 3-1 win here. That's my guess. Oh, this is a nice early relic to get, is the Golden Lions. They could probably pick off this priest. Look at this little priest waddling as fast as he can. Oh, yeah, they're going to get him. Yep. I'm a fan of Joeybadz as well. He helps me out quite a bit with the Athenian League. He essentially, I don't think he had anybody helped him with the Wikipedia page. I'm pretty sure he did it all himself. So Joeybadz keeps the standings, the league up to date, and he did a great job with that. So, nothing against Arturello. I'm sure he's a fine person, but kind of like to cheer for the guy that helps me out a lot. Not that I really care either way, but should be a good series. Both players are pretty equal. Arturello plays quite a variety of gods, whereas Joeybadz is only Egyptian. Looks like Joeybadz is going for a heroic age. Just need some more gold. And oh, he built a village center in his base. Very interesting. Ooh, the Wadget caught out. Arturello's got some nice aggression going here. Will he really be able to do any damage? So that's kind of the question that you have. And he waddled away. I like that little song. And he waddled away. Waddle, waddle. You like some lemonade. I feel like that guy who did that song just released like a sequel to it. I feel like I watched it with my kids recently. There might be 3 songs, actually, for the duck song. This is a lot of cows. The only thing that Joey really has to be scared of here is getting gold blocked before he can get a military going. So, I mean, he's put a lot of gold into the village center. He's upgrading his towers. Now you got to get out of here. Oh, he's trying to kill John Cheeseburger. John Cheeseburger, the Pharaoh, does fall, but is this worth it? Come on, Garrison. There you go. I don't know if this is worth it for Arturello. Though it is forcing a ton of idle time. I feel like a few villagers died that need not have died here for Joey. We have a... Oh, pick another vill? No. Uh-oh. Oh, 4 hit points. And a lot more aggression coming forward here. So essentially what I would do here now, if I'm Arturello, actually has caused quite a bit of slowdown to Joeybad's economy in all of this. I would be going for a full-on gold block. I would get a couple oracles set up. One over here. One over here. It doesn't eat. It like won't eat a vill, like swallow it, but it will do some damage. But yeah, I would mass an army and do a gold block, because Joey's gonna have a hard time massing any type of units with only 1,000 gold left. Because when you consider the towers, the extra priests he's made, the village center, a lot of gold spent already with a pretty finite source of gold. We now have John Cheeseburger II has appeared. I love my custom names. That makes me so, you know, it's the small things in life. This makes me happy. This, however, does not make me happy. I don't know if you're missing out on a lot of empowerment here. By empowering the siege works. Like, I would much rather this guy just be empowering the villager center here. I'm getting more resources in. But yeah, I'd like to see Arturello figuring out a way to gold block here. Now, Joeybad does like to do these kind of ridiculous all-ins, which that looks like that might be what he's doing. And Arturello really has to be careful that he just doesn't lose tons of units here by wandering in and then wandering out. Yeah, he gets him out. Needs to heal. Will this guy die? 3? Ah, he died. Oh, no. Where are they going? Yeah, you gotta get him out. It looks like, but anyway, looks like Joeybadz is going for kind of a cheeky shifting sands play here. Here we have the vision being used, and Arturello doesn't have an army. He has tons of resources in the bank, and we have basically just a naked shift here. Oh, does get the sky passage down. That's important because now these units can't come back. But yeah, this is a lot of damage being done where really what Arturello should have done is build like a forward sky passage so that he could keep pressure up and then also defend this. This would have been, I think, a fairly obvious strategy to see incoming once you come into the base and see a siege works, and then some scorpion men. But a decent amount of damage is being done here. And basically Joey is doing this as a way to buy himself time. Wow, captures 3 villagers there. Doesn't want to lose his scorpion men. The siege towers have all been cleaned up. And now Arturello, I would say, is on a bit of a timer. He needs to come forward as fast as he can and get on this gold mine. It's just a very predictable gameplay here. Once you scout this, that, you know, a better player, a top player would kind of troubleshoot this and have a little bit of a better response than Arturello did here. So now Arturello just is out, you know, he's out of town center. He's got these scorpion men kind of playing in his base. I mean, legit, like, Joeybadz really has nothing forward, but is keeping this entire army back, which is getting him the gold mine that he needed. And now we have a pretty significant villager advantage here for Joeybadz, where Arturello kind of needed to prep for this just a little better. Either grab a second town center so that one TC dive doesn't really hurt as much, or connect the base with, like, here with a sky passage so that way he can come back and forth. But Joey's really in the driver's seat here with that maneuver. 8 villagers villying. Because, yeah, what did we lose? I mean, we lost 3 villagers if we're cheering for Arturello. Lost all the town center time as well, so kind of way behind now. And this is like, this was what he needed to prevent. John Cheeseburger here, the heroic Pharaoh, is leading his kingdom quite well right now. I don't know what Arturello's gonna do at this point. Don't know. I don't know if Arturello knows either. He is aging up with Hyperion. But he's on such a timer. Like, the only chance he has is to gold block. He does have a military advantage. And actually, like, this army should just go forward seeing this army and fight. We have a shockwave. We have a carnivora. We have 130 favor in the bank. But he's a little scared, I think, Arturello is. He just, I don't think has read this game very well. So is having a hard time kind of figuring out what to do. Still got quite a few, like, just food sitting in the base. We have vision being used by Joey. Just scouting to see, like, what's going on. And now we have another shifting sands onto the base again. Hide in the tower. Okay. And the army is again out of position. Ooh, you don't want to lose your sates here. These are kind of high power units here that he doesn't want to lose. And this is again just courtesy of just the army being out of position, like up here doing nothing, and is now in a bit of a fix where the Axeman raid, they don't do a ton of damage to villagers. Gets one citizen. Hide over here. Pop over here. Really nice job. He knows that the villagers are going to be coming out here, so the Scorpion Men are sitting here without any heroes. So basically can idle all the citizens right now, despite having like the army, the inferior army. Looks like these axemen should get eaten alive. Well, I guess they are an unupgraded Terma, so maybe it won't do a ton of damage. But Joey can kind of safely run away. Watch out for your Scorpion Men. One Scorpion Man dead. This does pick that low villager, but loses 3 Scorpion Men. That's not a good loss there. Arturello still has the better military, but Joey is aging up Horus, so at this point there is no window for Arturello. Just there's nothing for him to pressure, because even if he does pressure, I mean the Joey can just fall back and then use Tornado on the army, and then get like this gold mine. Arturello just just doesn't know. The shifting sands attacks have kind of put Arturello in a state of confusion here. He just doesn't know what to do. Like, he's sitting back trying to respond, but when your opponent is just attacking you with shifting sands plays, you really don't have the ability to respond. Coming up here, checking the gold mine that he has vision of. He was like so close. The villagers were here. He could have attacked there. Instead, he's running up here hoping there's like a whole squad of vills sitting on the caribou when they were like legit the right spot here, and just didn't. Because yeah, I mean, we got a nice set of like god powers here that you can kind of nicely combine, where like you can do a chaos to keep the units basically idle. You can then shockwave to keep the units more idle, then get a carnivore on top during that whole thing. So there's a nice set of god powers to use, but it's too late now. Yeah, see, now there's a tornado, now a shockwave, this whole thing. The tornado will come in and just suck away all the units. And, oh, now he's running into the tornado. And that's, whew. This was just complete destruction here in this game by Joeybadz, and just kind of goes to show how much like a strategy you can win games purely with just a decent strategy. Like, this really wasn't like, you know, a player like mechanically being more skilled or anything like that. It's purely just Joeybadz had a much better strategy here, and Arturello was not able to effectively respond to it. So Artuello is not resigning, but this game is quite in hand, so we will fast forward a little bit here. Where's John Cheeseburger at? He's down here. The leader of the Civ hasn't even come forward to fight one little bit. And for the third time this game, Arturello will lose his hometown center. Got the spinning Avenger up there, killing villagers like crazy. Who wins? Ah, the Avenger did not win. And that'll be it for Arturello. A pretty dominating win here for Joeybadz in game number 1. We'll put that win on the board. And we'll move to the post game and see. Like, Artuello, you know, he's ahead in economy, even after losing his base, just didn't read what was coming. And that just completely and utterly lost it for him. Just lost a lot of units in the base with little value. And then just way too long having no town center. So needed to see that coming and get his army near a sky passage so that he would be ready to defend. His building raised are just what really cost it for him. But we will move on to game numero dos here. And this will be Arturello's map, whatever map he may have picked. And he has Zeus against Ra. It looks like we're on Tundra. Now keep in mind for Joeybadz is that he is an Egyptian-only player. Set is his main. So he is moving on to other Egyptians, which, you know, the skill won't quite be there. And that's where, if Arturello is truly a better random god player, it will be good for him in this series where you have to win 3 games. You know, this isn't a best of 3. This is a best of 5. So Joey will have to get a win with every Egyptian god here, which he's got the set in hand. You know, no problem there. But will the Ra and the Isis give him some problems? Is this where Arturello, you know, will kind of take advantage of maybe Joey's less experience with the other Egyptian gods? He's going Zeus against Ra. This was a pretty common matchup in Legacy. A lot of Zeus versus Ra games. I played a lot of Zeus versus Ra. Pretty even matchup. Obviously, we're in Retold now, which is completely different. I don't really know who would have the advantage in here. Hard to go against Zeus just because of how much flexibility Zeus has, but there's a world where like a mass myth unit kind of a strat could be trouble for the Zeus, who only gets to 2 heroes, and they aren't mobile heroes at all. They're tanky, but aren't fast. But we'll see. We've got Joeybadz going up with Ta, which tells me we're probably not going to do some sort of like myth unit spam kind of a strat. Only forward gold mines kind of spawning in the corner of the map. Shouldn't give a back gold mine here. And we have the age up from Arturello as the Zeus. And what is he doing? He has bolted. What did he bolt? Did he bolt the Pharaoh? Looks like he bolted the Pharaoh, which isn't bad to do. You have the Watchet not in the right spot here. And again, kind of similar like last game, we've got the early pressure being put on by Arturello. He is tanking just a ton of damage with his hero. But, yeah, getting an early Vil kill is pretty good here. Maybe 2? No, there's some Woodline villagers here. We've got the Minotaur wandering in. There's no priest. He bats this villager away. And Joey's really having a hard time with this early aggression. I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3 villager kills and just a whole lot of idle time here. And behind this, Arturello has 1 military building. Having a little bit of hard time. Oh, is he going to... Oh, wow, he almost hunt deleted himself. Yeah, keeping this idle. Tough start for Joeybadz. Just the early pressure here did probably a little more damage than it needed to. And you're right, Mass. What I learned the other day playing some random god as Egyptian is that the myth units the priests aren't super great. They've got some struggles. Oh, let's keep the blue. Blue's kind of on the left. We have a bit of a convoluted resource management here. This is something that you see fairly often as you go lower, like the lower you go in rating, the more you see of like players floating a lot of resources that it would be nice for them to be using. Because I mean, imagine he's got, you know, this 1,000 resources he's got up. Imagine, you know, that's all put into military right now. Then he's about to get like an aggression. Instead, we've only got 3 hoplites and we've got 1,000 food in the bank. So just a little bit clumsy for, you know, the just the behind the scenes stuff, kind of the fundamental aspect of it, where, you know, you want to use your resources because resources in the bank aren't worth anything. Heracles here, being the Greek hero, is unable to heal, so kind of stinks to be him. Both of these guys got a decent number of stats here. We got 2 villager kills for Heracles, 1 for Jason. I like this. This is nice. The little keeping track of damage. That's cool to see. These guys, now it does count anything, so I think these guys have killed a couple obelisks, so they get that. And yeah, we are seeing some myth units getting popped out by Arturello. Joeybadz has just 1 monument. I'd like to see a second one here. Mass wedges aren't bad against the slow Greek heroes. Just have to get a little bit of a front line to save them. We do have the axemen to respond to the hoplites. Arturello still floating quite a bit of resources. Does have a couple. Why in the world does it say he has Sylvan Lore queued when he can't have it queued because he didn't go Hermes? But is wanting to get some more myth unit stuff, but doesn't. Only has just 1 unit praying. But yeah, getting that upgrade for the Minotaur, this upgrade is so good. I can't click it though to see what it does. It's kind of stupid. I could probably get to it through looking at here. Nope. We'll have to wait till it gets upgraded. Kills the scout. Trying to pressure. Does Joey have any heroes? Does have 4 heroes? Yeah, he could push this here. Ooh, maybe not with the Toxotes. Okay, yeah, now Joey's in a bit of a bind here. Loses 4 priests for nothing. That's the danger of not having your opponent scouted. Like, Joey to that point hadn't seen any Toxotes. So he thought he was going to be in a pretty decent spot coming forward to just hoplites and maybe some Minotaur, and then got surprised by some Toxotes from something that he hadn't seen yet. And that's where it's valuable before you dive that far, is to just send a unit or 2 ahead, probably a spearman, just to see what the opponent has before you kind of go too far. Because, you know, if he runs a spearman in and sees the 4 Toxotes, then he's like, you know, I can't do anything here. I got to stay out. Instead loses 400 gold, just like that. So Arturello's in a good spot. He's up 7 villagers. Pretty content to be where he's at as far as military. These spearmen are going to get a little bit caught out. Nice little surround here by Arturello to move the hoplites that way, and Toxotes this way. Gets a few extra kills with that. So far, this game is looking pretty good for Arturello. It'd be nice to get some eco upgrades. Joeybadz does save some, and then he's got, oh, they farm faster. Well, that's a nice raw relic. Agnani J is just empowering the solo monument here. Boy, I would like to see a second one. Looks like both players are opting for a heroic age here. Yeah, we've got Sekhmet coming in for Joeybadz. And it looks like we're going to have a heroic age coming in. And Dionysus for Artuello, who is busy chasing away spears. And you might end up just here. You would have a very easy, I think, win condition for Artuello if he just masses up an army with restoration and goes for the gold block. These are the 2 gold mines for Joeybadz, and they aren't easy to get. So that's what I'm looking. When you're looking for, you know, what is my win condition? I have the advantage. What do I do here? It's probably simpler just to sit back and just keep playing. And I have the lead at 12 minutes. I'll have the lead at 15. I'll have the lead at 20. As long as I don't lose anything, I'll be fine. And sure, you can do that, but it'd actually be easier to win by hitting, you know, a bit of a timing rather than prolonging the game. Because, I mean, theoretically, you prolong the game long enough, and that gives Joeybadz the opportunity to do a few good things and maybe get back into the game. Now, this would not be one of those good things. This is a bad thing, losing the spears there. I think Joey just kind of forgot that they were there is probably what happened. But yeah, we've got these villagers way out on the gold mine. Arturello's checking the left gold mine. Does he then realize, you know what? I'm going to come over here and hit the right gold mine. This Pegasus just misses all the buildings here. So what does Arturello do? Because, yeah, this is a pretty simple win here. I mean, just way ahead in everything. Literally, you just right-click here, and it would be a win. Don't right-click here. That would be the opportunity to lose. So I still think his army is strong enough that he could just face tank this whole thing. But yeah, he flew the Pegasus down here to check the gold mine, but missed. He basically missed it. Let's see if he gets it this time. Okay, he sees it now. But yeah, the Migdal is now just coming up. The wall is up. So Arturello missed just a little bit of a timing here. But I still think he's fine. I mean, restoration, bronze, not a whole lot for Joey. I mean, what he could do actually might be a plan is to force out restoration and bronze. Shift to here. And try to win the second fight, because the first one's not going to work. There's no way. But Arturello is just biding his time. We have the enemy army sitting right there. He's thinking about what to do. He's coming around. And Joey can't fight. There's no way Joey wins this fight. But he wants to force out the god powers. So you just run. You don't even necessarily need to use shifting sands here. The problem, boy, it would have been nice to force out the oh, a counterattack right in the base. Okay, that's another thing you could do here. Do we have a bolt? 55 favor for a bolt. Can't afford the bolt. Okay, this is nice. So now Joeybadz does this nice retreat where he can get onto the gold mine here. We'll do some villager damage up on the top. This is a really nice response here, actually, from Joeybadz. But I like this. So you would be tempted as Arturello to be like, ah, shoot, I got to go defend. He should just, yes, go full speed ahead. This is the correct move. Very much so. This is very correct. He has restoration, just a nice old base race. I love it. The army is all forward. He can just sit on here, kill the citadel, and be pretty happy with what he's got going on. But still taking damage on the back end here. Can't afford to be losing these units, though, if you're Joeybadz. Yeah. This is a nice response by Arturello here. I really like this response. But, because I think the problem that Joeybadz is going to have is that he's never going to have the army to beat this. So even though both players have lost their bases, Joey will just never be able to win. I mean, you have two priests that just kind of tickle these bold minotaurs. We have the villagers forward. There's no army. Where's the rest of Joey's army? I guess that's kind of is Joey's army. Right here, and we have no heroes. So like these myth units. I don't even know if he can kill the Hydra, because it does regenerate. Okay, he does kill the Hydra. We have a town center being grabbed by Arturello. I would have liked to have seen restoration just save the Hydra and the Minotaurs there. 25 villagers to 28. We would have been nice to have flattened all of these houses. Let's get a house. It's gathering right next to the town center that Arturello has, and these villagers are a bit caught out. This army is retreating to the corner of the map where it does not want to be. Okay, now he is clearing out the houses. Really, Joey did this as well as he could. This was the best thing that he could have done. Oh, if he could have 6 more favor, he could like get another shift. Because yeah, you would love to have these units here. Yeah, they're gonna. Oh, no, 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 no. Joey, you forgot about these. I mean, it didn't really matter. It was over. Joey really was just put too far behind by that initial aggression. But yeah, this was really about the only thing he could have done. Didn't have the gold to defend all of those myth units, but like imagine he had saved those 4 pharaohs as we get the win, or not the pharaohs, the priests as we get the win for Arturello. Imagine he had saved these priests and not lost them, and been able to maybe defend here, and get those myth units down. Could he have defended with the axemen? Because what he potentially could have done that might have been slightly better is so he had all of his army up here. Probably could have sent a bit more of it back once he realized that Arturello was going for a base trade. And then say he had all of his priests still, would maybe be able to defend this position, with some repairing and the towers. But it would have been tough. But yeah, this was really probably about as good of a scenario that Joey could have gotten given how far behind he is. I mean, you're behind 5 villagers at the 5-minute mark, essentially. I mean, that's just a huge mountain to overcome. Where, he's just so far behind in economy. Really, yeah, this went about as well as it could have for Joeybadz to get the nice base trade. I love a good base trade. It was cool. Nice little game here. But that does knot the game up 1-1. As we move on to game number 3. which will be Joey's home map now. And he's picked Mirage. All right, a little bit of an unusual map. We don't see a ton of. Not really unusual, but not a standard map. And we've got Donald Trump. Like him or hate him, he is in charge of Joeybad's empire right now. So we'll see how he does with that. And Arturello has switched over to Loki. So Uranus in the first game, the big loss. Zeus in the second game got a big win. And now we are game 3, Loki versus Isis this time. Now, Joeybadz is probably going to try to play this a little bit like an Anatolia. Get a nice fast heroic, Ancestors Eclipse timing, take control of the middle of the map. And Joeybadz, or Arturello, seeing that, went with Loki, assuming, I think, that his Herseer would be able to take care of any sort of Isis pressure. We do have 3, 6 fish. Is there more? 9. 3, 6, 9 fish for each player. And yeah, you can see the map at the bottom is kind of a long and skinny map. It's not a square, it's a rectangle. So the edges are squished in, and the top is kind of, it's a length instead of width kind of a game here. Basically, the fish here is kind of used to jumpstart the game. It kind of makes the game go faster in a way. It's hard to pressure this fish normally. A Norse player could come up here and maybe try to, do some annoyance. You have prosperity being used. Getting just a whole lot of gold brought in with a very slow age up for both players, especially Joeybadz. And we have snakes used on the sea. Interesting. So this is kind of a variation of using the snakes on your opponent's gold. It's using the snakes on your opponent's fish. Just to make them idle for a while, which will work. The snakes will keep these fishing ships idle. The troll is coming in to help defend, so that'll clear them up a little bit faster. Not making any sort of boats to help defend, but yeah, this does slow down the economy quite a bit. And oh, don't send your boats out too soon. You'll lose them there, Arturello. But Snake's AI is not very smart, so maybe he won't lose any. Don't actually do much damage. 3 damage and attack. And the sea snakes are almost taken care of. And they are just kind of wiggle-waggling around. But we need to get back to gathering, though. This is nice little play here by Joeybadz. I like it. Yeah, this is a lot of idle time for these boats here. Got one last snake. 10 hit points left. And the troll? No, not quite. The snake just doesn't want to go away. This is funny. Hello, this is a street cat named Persire. Laddering it up, not tonight. We are doing some Athenian League casts. We have quite the army, meanwhile, that Arturello has produced. Joeybadz is making a lot of axemen. I thought we would maybe see a fast heroic here, but instead we have grabbed a town center and training just a whole lot of axemen now. Joeybadz has actually had this town center for a while and looking to get some damage in with these Guardian Anumites. There's some damage that can be done here. Yeah, you do have to watch out for the Herseer. Umli Hunakararuger is coming forward, trying to cause some problems. But if we get like these axemen down here, all the way onto the gold, to get on the hearse here. Oh, don't get them caught though. Watch out. Watch out. There they go, jumping away like Michael Jordan. I think this game has gone how Joeybadz hoped it would. Boy, there's a lot of giraffe right here that Joey does not know about. Yeah, get a few priests to heal these boys up. Got our fish upgrade, right? Yep. Did Arturello get it? Arturello doesn't know about this town center. Has seen all these barracks. If I'm Arturello and I know that this town center is here, I'm going up heroic age with Bragi and hitting a timing attack. He has a lot of gold in the bank, not a ton of food. But yeah, like I would build a market and get to heroic age as quickly as I could and try to punish the forward town center with flaming weapons. No, I'm a big fan. What scares me as like an Egyptian here would be throwing axemen with flaming weapons. Because you have Loki that gets them the extra damage, the extra counter damage. I think that would be a scary fight to go into. Would be the throwing axemen, just absolutely demolishing the axemen here. That would worry me as Joeybadz, but.
Into you.
Man, losing some units here. This is looking good for Joeybadz because Arturello has suddenly gone into trying to make a huge army and no longer has the resources to advance. But yeah, I think you gotta try for a heroic age timing here. I don't know if he can win a fight against this. I mean, I guess there are a ton of hearse here, but yeah, you pull the hearse here. You pull the Anubites back, and then you can just jump on the back line. And now you have all the axemen just clobbering the hearse here on the front line. Oh, Anubites are stuck. Look out. You need to get the Anubites back here. But the throwing at... Oh, he misclicked his slingers. Oh, that was a ton of damage. Like, he would have actually done more damage if he wouldn't have even moved them. But in the end, it doesn't matter. Just a really nice fight from Joeybadz here.
Into you.
It just wasn't the fight to take. If you're Artuello. I mean, look at the... Holy smokes. That was a nice fight for Joeybadz. Really a peculiar movement. I don't know what these throwing axemen were doing. I have no idea why they came up this way just to sit right next to the slingers. Why were they not here defending against the axemen? So kind of some pretty rough positioning for Arturello, and now you have the Anubites all over the gold mines, and this will be a pretty easy victory for Joeybadz here. There's kind of a absolute pummeling in this game, and I think in the end, Arturello going Loki, trying to counter maybe the Ancestors Eclipse play. There is no Ancestors Eclipse. It's Anubis. And no heroic age at all. 25 to 122. I'm not a mathematician, but it's not looking good for Arturello here. And we can just fast forward to the end of this game. And yeah, Joeybadz, another thing to kind of take into account is Joeybadz is quite the strategist. So certainly coming into the playoffs, Joeybadz will have some things prepared that maybe your average player might not. You know, your average player is probably pretty happy just to show up and play on some standard maps and be good with it. But Joeybadz will kind of come up with some game plans, and we definitely had a game plan here, and it definitely worked. So there we go. And Arturello is a little bit like me, just kind of refusing to resign. And there we go. So I want to see how much that the fish hurt. Actually, decent amount here. Prosperity gets him a lot of gold, and then it really put a stop to the food production for quite a while. Whereas Joey's just getting all gold here, getting a town center, getting a lot more villagers and a lot more military, and then like pretty even numbers here. But Arturello just did not play that fight well at all. Units were not where they needed to be, and he got absolutely blasted in that fight. So nicely done by Joeybadz, who has accumulated 2 of the 3 required wins. Has to get a win with Ra, unless he's got like a secret god up his sleeve. So we move over to Arturello's home map. And we are on... I can't even... What map is this? Valley of the Kings. Loki. So Arturello is on the bottom. Joeybadz on the top. Our Pharaoh is again. Look at the odds of that. It's Donald Trump again. Joeybadz bringing old Don back for another game. Myth units cheaper. Oh, we got 2 myth units cheaper. Like if you go up, watch it here. You have 2. Oh, you can't because Arturello grabbed it. Bow of Artemis makes ranged soldiers and hero myth units cheaper. Does that work? Does the ranged soldiers cheaper work for throwing axemen? Getting the Great Hall and a Longhouse. Joeybadz with the Villager Center. So that's what we got going on here. He thinks the Loki rush is not scary. He will play with a Villager Center. 550 gold dumped into that. You'll want this gold mine. Well, there is a back gold mine too. Joey doesn't have that scouted. Arturello doesn't have that scouted. It's a nice back gold mine there. I would have to wall this off. Had a pretty slow game. Getting some Shadoof in for some early farms. Arturello is kind of building up a military, killing the boar for some extra favor. He knows about this. You know, it's only 1,200 hit points. If I'm Arturello here, knowing that my opponent here hasn't an army, I would create quite the military and then suddenly just power through and kill this villager center, rather than showing my hand a little bit early. There's only 1,200 hit points. It's not much. It's also kind of far away from the main town center. You could kind of bum rush it from this bottom edge here and be okay. But he's grabbing his own town. See, I don't like this. You see your opponent has a villager center that has probably been up for a while. A little bit late on the wall there. Why would you choose to follow suit with an even later town center? Just go all in on this. That's what I would do. I think it would work pretty well. Just with how forward this 1,200 hit point villager center is. Like, that's not a lot of hit points. It's pretty paper thin. Getting villager, getting rain, some more dwarfs. We did scout this back gold mine. Joey has not scouted his back gold mine. Would that be a curse to him? He might actually get it if he ever builds that obelisk. It's at 45 of 50 build points. Only 3 seconds more. Joey going for heroic age. Yeah, man, you just bum rush this and you would do so much damage. He's even aging up in it. Well, it makes sense, I guess, because yeah, he does see it. All right. A missed opportunity for Arturello here. He's kind of, his decision is playing right into what Joey wants. Like, he doesn't even have an army. I mean, he has an army. Look how much army he has. He has 47 population, but isn't even like trying to gold block at all. He sees all these units coming up here. He knows what's happening, but just very content to sit back. See, the old school Norse would be just all in fighting, not even worrying about losing units, just all in. And now this is the new school, more defensive, boomy kind of Norse, and we are aged up with flaming weapons. You still can hit a timing here where you show up with flaming weapons. But then does Joeybadz just switch over to this town center, or this gold mine? Does he just swap sides with shifting sands? So, whoa! This is all of the monuments here. It's a lot of monuments. Do you want 4 monument crocs against Loki? What are you going to do with all that favor? I mean, I guess if you have a nice wall to defend behind, you know, you can kind of sit here, grab this town center, sit here, and then just be pretty happy to just defend. But like this army here, he could kill this villager center right now. Like, just too much sitting around for Arturello. Like, there's 2 choices that you can do. You can either come up here and attack here. Probably in this situation, the easier target is this, and maybe even that. Oh, you need to... I forget that it... Yeah, I can move it up. I forget that when you are watching, everything is moved in a different spot. So, yes, you can see the queue. He is getting upgraded camels. So a pure camel attack here. I just would have liked to have seen this attack like 5 minutes earlier. Will he get the villager center down? You see how easy that was? Like, why not do that? This is like 5 minutes ago. Why wait that long? I'm still... There is no croc spam, though. I don't know what he's really going to do with all this favor, as he hasn't spent it on anything yet. Other than Dark Water to give plus 15% hit points and then regeneration, because why not make another cavalry regeneration relic? Now here come the crocs. You're right. Are they going to be in time, though? How long does it take to train one of those crocs? It seems like it takes a little bit of time. So the spam's not going to come out super fast. A lot of food in the bank. I would like to send like 4 of these forward. I think that there's room to hit stuff. Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is all open. Be nice to hit a raid here for Joeybadz. We have the Healing Spring right there. Arturello biding his time, has the score lead. Is at full strength as far as military. Does he go forward and attack? He doesn't really have anything quite yet that counters camels. Got some decent upgrades here. Not a lot, only like 3 herdmen. I don't know if that's enough. Yeah, Joeybad's scared to take this fight still. There's the flaming weapons. I don't know if there's enough units here for Joeybadz. We have the locust to come through. I think you have to fall back here. This is just you getting absolutely pummeled in this fight. And yeah, flaming weapons is scary, I tell you what. And now these rams come through and just ram everything. And all of a sudden, Joeybadz is way behind. Man, these rams are just punching right through. And that's it. Wow. All that time, all that build up, and then just flaming weapons just annihilates Joeybadz here. You can't really sit in your base and let him attack with flaming weapons. I don't know if the villager center is the play here. Because I mean, you can grab this town center and get a safe gold mine anyway. I don't know if that's what you would do. The camels too. I'm not quite sure about the camels, because I mean there's no cav, so they're not really countering anything. It's just kind of their basic attack, which isn't super great. But even though I wanted Arturello to be a little bit more aggressive earlier, it turned out okay, and we do go on to a deciding game 5. Joeybadz needing that 3rd win with Ra. Hasn't found it in 2 chances. Can he get it with his third chance on his home map? Does he have something cooked for his home map? Arturello is back to Iranos from the very first game. Joeybadz is, of course, still on the Ra. What is this map? It looks like the air map with, yeah, the big cliff in the middle. And we've got Boit is now the leader. Joeybadz. Egyptian Empire. Will Boit be what he needs? And Iranos. So Arturello's kind of gone full circle. It's Iranos in the first game. Didn't work out for him. Now he's Iranos in the last game on air. Look at this big shadow. It's quite the mountain. Iranos versus Ra. That's a nice little relic here. Better Pierce armor. Spawns 2 pigs every 150 seconds. Yeah, but you need Boit. Hope you got some sort of fancy Boit build here to get this win in. And the Iranos. What does the Iranos do? Do we see another villager center here from Joeybadz? Is he that kind of a guy? Does he kind of cosplay as Set here? And like do a Set Ta Sekhmet Shifting Sands play into the base? Is that what he does? Or does he get a rock? Does he go Ta Hathor? Sorry, it's not Hathor anymore. What's the new one? Sobek. You do Ta Sobek and then fly over and drop some siege works, you know, the next siege over here. What does he do? We do have another villager center. We have a town center grabbed by Arturello. I like this a little better already for him because you're just not going to pressure early here. Though, granted, Arturello, I don't think knows. So he did scout this. He scouted it with the Caladria. So he knows that's here. So now with a second town center, you know, kind of the all-in Shifting Sands play on the town center isn't going to be as impactful. If that's what Joeybadz does. But I know he likes those kind of shenanigans. Does he do it this time? Got the Pharaoh Boyd empowering the monument. Got our rain. Got no husbandry? I would like to know. Oh, it's coming. So in Legacy AOM, husbandry was more important or about as important. Well, plow was worth more. But husbandry was a huge factor of farm gather rate. I don't know if that's still the same thing in Legacy or in Retold. I don't think it actually is. Because I haven't really ever paid attention to it, but I have noticed now that the farming is done differently in Retold. Because in Legacy, for a complete farming animation or whatever, or a trip, so say you drop off, you now have 0 food. You walk to a spot on the map, you gather up to, I think, 33% of carry capacity, move to a different spot, gather up to 66% carry capacity, move to another spot, and then drop off once you're at 100%. Here, they just go to one spot and drop off. So husbandry won't affect as much anymore. That's a significant difference. I would like to see, well, maybe Automaton has a deep dive into it. Like, just compare the differences and how much that changes farming. Let's get Joeybadz. Let's get Joeybadz on the left here, because he's slightly to the left. Got a few spearmen. We've got Hyperion up for Arturello. This is what we're doing. We're gonna make like 3 siege towers and poop them out of the rock over here and try to flatten the town, get kind of a cheap town center kill. Do I like the fast heroic here? Or semi-quick from Atlantean? I still feel like your play is to gold block and not do a fast heroic. I mean, it does give him access to Arcus. But, I don't know, I'm always aggressive. But yeah, this is going to be a surprise for Arturello when this siege drop comes, because he's not going to have any units in position. Where are we at here? 4. Okay. I don't even know if you would have needed 4. At 3, you probably could have ran that over. So here we are. We're gonna fly over with the rock. Got our payload. It's basically a bomber here. It's got its payload of 4 siege towers. And it's just gonna plop it right on top of the town center. There we are. Drop them off. Don't want to lose your rock though. Ooh, the chaos. Okay. Gets a little slowed down. We have a shockwave too. Should we shockwave this? Why wouldn't you shockwave it? But your rock has flown away. Oh, this is not. Oh, no, 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 no. You lost track of your rock. You don't want to use. I would have just lost the 3 siege towers and called it a day. Where did he even transfer these siege towers to? Oh, up here. There's no way that should have worked. Why are we using shockwave? Oh, man. I mean, that's good if you're Joeybadz. Now, that's some value out of that. I thought he shifted them home. There's no way that should have taken another town center. There's no way. That was pretty gutsy by Joey to do that, to use a shift onto this. But it worked out. We have a locust here on all these villagers. Not a big deal here for Arturello. He'll just jump out and go to a different gold mine, but he does have to worry about his palace. Though we have Murmillos with Bite of the Shark, so that'll be okay. Yadano, hello! A kiss for you, my friend. Nimo Noom, hello, hello, good to see you. We're getting some monuments up for Joeybadz. Joeybadz is behind in villagers. That's just because of the villager center instead of the town center. Arturello is sitting on a lot of resources. Looks like he wants to age up here. Maybe. town center. I like this better from Joey. So last game he kind of sat in his base with all his camels and never did anything. It's a lot better to see here. Get forward, kind of get, you know, get the first move on the map. Just gotta watch out because you're about to get your camels trapped. Are we? What do we age up here? Implode? Or nothing. We're just floating tons of resources. Ooh, you gotta get out of this trap here. You gotta get on this wall. Oh, it's not finished. Oh yeah. Run, 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 run. You got the wall, just run. Joey! Oh no! Oh. I don't even think he had to kill the wall because there's a gap on the edge of the map. That was unfortunate. That was a lot of camels dead for not a lot of value. I would have liked to have seen Joey though, while he had this entire army back. Would have liked to have seen some pressure onto this with a couple of siege towers. That would have worked pretty well. Because that's partially why you run your camels forward here, is to get the army away from the front. That way you can take advantage of that. You know, your faster camels, you could run up here, get Arturello to come back and defend, and hopefully you can get him all the way down here before Arturello can come, maybe pop out of the sky passage and defend. So yeah, there was an opportunity here where Joey could have pushed through if he had a couple siege towers. We've got quite the army of camels here. You know what you do here? Not this. Need some axemen. If I'm Joey, I'd do another, now that his army's forward like this, without siege, I'd do another shift. Get a couple towers and shift your army up. Because there's not any siege here. You have time to kind of sit back. We are aging up with Osiris. Grabbing another town center. So this is, we're actually, I mean, this is a close match here. Coming into the Mythic Age. We have Hecate instead of Vortex. Not a lot of players go with Helios, I feel. I mean, there's a scenario here where you get, I mean, he's a, what percentage are we? It's hard to tell who's closer. I can't tell, like, what is grayed out on Osiris. I guess Osiris is up first, which makes your Hecate value quite a bit less. So I'm going to say you could Hecate here and attack, but now that you're going to have to deal with the Boyd Osiris, Joey's probably in a good spot here. Osiris is a tough pill to swallow as Atlantean. Nice chaos, get all the back line here. We have, okay, we have that there. We have a shockwave. We have all the camels though, all the way forward. I don't know if I like this fight as Arturello. You have nothing to attack the Son of Osiris, and now your heavy cavalry riders are just pounding through the back line. But this isn't bad if he can get maybe the Tartarian gate to kill the villager center. But that was not the fight to take by Atlantean. I mean, the Osiris is it's a tough one to get get through. Yeah, Son of Osiris is not affected by chaos. I would be. It would be funny if it were.
Into you.
But we have no siege. No damage on Sonny Boy. I just don't know how Arturello survives a push. But Joey needs to, Joey's kind of ignoring this. And that's not good. I mean, they are doing some damage to the economy here. And if Joey doesn't respond soon, he's going to lose the villager center. Though these units are really pretty stupid. And here is Boit. He's back. $350 favors. You think it's crazy expensive or crazy cheap? I feel like it's expensive. He's healing his pharaoh. Son of Osiris shows up to heal. Yeah, that's what I think too. It's expensive. 250? How would 250 be? This Tartarian gate is buying Arturello a lot of time, though. I could see 250 being reasonable. And here we have a second shot. I don't even know if Arturello wins this fight. What is he doing? Came forward with all these units. Heroized them just for them to die. And he loses a fight that doesn't have Son of Osiris here. And now you're in a game where you don't want to be late game against Egyptian, and Arturello has now lost 2 armies. Chaos gets kind of everything here, but it's just a temporary reprieve. And I don't think it's enough. The camels with all the upgrades do pretty well. I mean, you've got Desert Wind and Dark Water. Joy's a little slow to get his siege out. Here it is, finally. Son of Osiris is down here getting bopped by the Tartarian. I can't believe Joey hasn't sent like a catapult down here to do something to this Tartarian gate yet. Alright, he's sending a couple elephants over. Has killed the town center. The score is close, but I think as soon as Joeybadz takes care of this Tartarian gate, I just don't know how Arturello ever wins a fight. Like, you need some catapultes. I love how they somersault out of the gate. Let's see another one somersault out. There it comes. Alright, the slowest Tartarian gate cleanup in your base ever. Grabbing this town center. So this is game 5. We're at a pivotal turning point in this series. Somehow Arturello is keeping the score lead. But I don't know how he wins. The heavy Terma are not the unit to have. Destroyers are not the unit to have. But yeah, Axemen Camels is a tough composition for Arturello to handle. But there's not enough camels here. And we now have a winning fight for Arturello, finally. Son of Osiris. See, Son of Osiris took a lot of damage from those spawn. He came over there with like 600, I think it was full hit points. And he's at 400. We have a shifting sands over to here. And Joey's suddenly looked so good for so long. Is in a bit of a bind here. Needs to get a gold mine. No siege anywhere, though he does have a siege workshop. This palace is annoying for him. It'd be nice if this palace was shooting at Son of Osiris. There it is. Watch out, Joey. Yeah, just so much hit points lost on the Osiris without any, real value from it. Did that Tartarian gate kind of cost Joey the win, or he just let it sit in his base for so long? Because he needs the camels. But, ooh, I think his rally point is a little bit screwy right now, where he's got all his Migdals together. I think they're all trying to come over here. We need some catapults here. Like, there's time. Joey has time to clean this out. Because of how far forward these units are. But yeah, that Tartarian gate just took so much of Joey's steam. Just took away so much of the advantage that he had. And we lost the town center here. I guess I missed that. How did he lose his town center? I guess it was almost dead because of the Tartarian spawn. So just a little bit of damage here. And yeah, Joey's in, he went, I would say, from a very good position to really mishandling the Tartarian gate. Which has really put him back in this game. And that may have put the end to Joey's tournament life here. Just stinks to lose so much of his health. Just like that. And we have the town center up, but yeah, we've just got the overrun with units here. Son of Osiris still doing Son of Osiris things. Doesn't want to lose the Migdal, but he's going to. Right, that's exactly right. That the gate and it didn't need to take that long. I mean, you had a siege works right next to the gate. Like, you just run Osiris over. Yeah, you can garrison, get him right here. 2 catapults, Son of Osiris, and the gate could be gone like immediately. Maybe Joeybadz just kind of underestimated the damage that the gate would do and thought, it doesn't matter, we'll kill it, no big deal. But it has done just a ton of damage. We got Boyd the Third is here, and will Boyd be able to carry Joeybadz out of this game? He's in a rough spot. We got the villagers coming forward. I not know why, but they are. Got the blue army here. But now we have Arturello. I mean, look at all of these resources he's floating, and he's at 170 of 260 pop. Like, Arturello is a bit mismanaging his advantage now, where he's barely ahead in population. Losing a forward base. Joeybadz coming. He's just trickling a few too many units. Like, we need to see Joeybadz combining up his units. They're just kind of getting picked off. He can't really afford to. He has to take good fight after good fight after good fight here. And now all of a sudden, I think Arturello has found his unit Q buttons and has hit the buttons a few times, because now we have just tons of units coming. And now you're... Another Tartarian Gate. I didn't see that coming. I don't think Joey did either. That Tartarian Gate was unexpected. But, I mean, look how fast this one's going down. Now he's losing all of his villagers, and that Tartarian Gate is going to spell the end of Joeybad's villaging villagers here. Will he even kill the Tartarian Gate? 120, 103, 90, 69, 33, 15, 11, 2. Okay, he does at least kill it. But that's it. Wow, poor Joeybad's. Does not advance. And this, of the 3 losses that Joeybad's had in this series, certainly this is the one that he would want back. There was a lot of room for Joey to win, and he didn't do it. A lot of room here. And oh, he's saying it'll haunt him forever. This game will haunt him forever. Yeah, this was a game to win. It was underestimating the Tartarian Gate. Something. Maybe not realizing it has 5,500 hit points now. That was a little bit of a surprise to me. Because the Legacy, you were talking like 2,000 some hit points. But he does have all the upgrades. So, Nose of the Sphinx makes it stronger. He has the building upgrades as well to make it stronger. But you gotta, regardless, you gotta kill that, like, ASAP. And it was not ASAP. It's not a good response to that. Which is too bad. I would have liked to have seen how the game would have gone on without it. You clear that, you clear the Tartarian Gate, keep your camel numbers up, get some Axemen, get a nice camel Axeman, Son of Osiris, just death ball basically. And I don't know if the Atlantean has anything to counter that. But anyway, well played to both players here, going all the way to 5 games, and Arturello in the end does emerge victorious in what looked like a game he was going to lose. He was on, as we move on to the hard to come back from this if you're Arturello. I mean, lost the first fight, not terribly, but lost it pretty poorly. The second fight was completely terrible. I mean, we're losing a 5,000 population army. Basically did no damage. Maybe not quite 5,000. 4,000 resources just dumped. It might as well have just been flushed down the desert toilet here. But this Tartarian Gate just slowed Joey down. Just not the reaction he needed. And yeah, we can just see how much that put over time into the economy, how much it hurt. Where he's just kind of stuck at this villager count for so long. So yeah, one you would have wanted back, that's for sure. That's the tough part, though. I mean, when you're playing, you got to make all these decisions, and sometimes the decisions are good, sometimes they're bad. It's part of the RTS part of it. You have this siege workshop just right next to it. You got Osiris. Just, ah, ugh. Well. Good series. Well done. Well played. And that's what I mean when it comes to kind of something I touched on earlier is just the general strategy. Your strategy, kind of first and foremost, at really most levels of the game, kind of decides how the game is going to go. Because if you choose a bad strategy, you're going to struggle. But then it's also the decision making is number two, where just a few bad decisions or a few good decisions can make all the difference in the world. And you can kind of be pretty average at everything else, unit management, macro, micro. If your strategy is good, your decisions making good, that's your foundation there, and can win or lose you a lot of games. And this is a game where you could say, from Joeybad's viewpoint, it lost him the game. From Arturello's viewpoint, it won him the game. We are going to do another series here. I don't quite have it set up yet. We are going to watch Garmajuda versus Benny. So I need to do a few things behind the scenes while we just get that ready. This is the God tier from this one. We will update our drop shadow. So I'll just, while I'm getting things ready, I'll just leave the stream on, and then I'm going to refresh the stream, restart it with the new video, just so it makes a little bit more sense. So I don't have to split it up later. It's just a little easier for me later in my professional content creator career I've got going here. So hope everybody's doing well on this fine, well, late Wednesday night, Thursday morning. I'm doing good. Export as Garma versus Benny. Yeah, that was a nice series. Joey just couldn't get that raw win he needed. Couldn't quite get it. What do we need to do next? We can switch out my name. Garmajuda vs Benny. WR. God tier. Done. And we need to create a new stream here on the YouTubes. Yeah. So I think we're about ready. So just give me about 2 or 3 minutes to refresh everything, and we will go with our second series, and then that'll be it for tonight. So hopefully the next series is good. That one was a good one. So catch you guys back in just a few minutes. Bye.